Fancy intro music, yeah! Woo! Hey there, Star Trek Fleet Command fans. In the week that has been territory capture, we've seen incredibly bad lag, which y'all got to see on my live stream of us trying to do our first territory capture in Server 43. We did get our second, but the first one, that was rough. Tactics definitely needed. We'll actually go over tactics for territory capture in another video with my good friend Tenchi, who has come up with some good ideas. But it's been a weird week, but some good has definitely come out of this patch. And the first one I want to talk about is actually go into an in-depth talk about the fifth. We have 5 of these things now. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Reference. Territory capture now has its own research tree. We want to talk about how that tree works in its entirety. We haven't actually done a ton of this before, but I want to talk about each individual research, why they're good, what they're good at, etc., starting with Isogen Extraction. Now, this is the mandatory, like, you got to do this one to do any of that. And it's really, you know, it's in terms of what you're doing. If you're continuing ISO extraction, which I'm currently doing and, you know, probably going to be doing for a while. Yes, it's a whole nother currency. That is a video for another day. We'll talk about the plague of currencies on another video. But as far as Isogen goes, getting the, you know, ISO emulsion. Getting the ISO emulsion is not that difficult, which will allow you to progress through the tree. Now, you're going to get into some expenses down here, some expenses, but for now, let's talk about what the researches are. We'll worry about cost a little bit later. We'll cover some of that with LCARs. We'll put some of the screenshots up in the video, but we'll talk about some of the basics. For example, officer conditioning and why this is actually a very important research. So if you go back to some of our previous trees, a year ago from now, you know, it's funny, I had this run-in with a commenter on the YouTube page who saw my Centurion video that came out, gosh, over a year ago. And he's like, man, you suck. You're only 2 million power at level 28 or whatever it was. And I sit here going like, man, the game has changed so much, because at the time I was the only level 28 that strong. Like, I was it. Like, it was me, period. And, you know, we think about the things that have been added to the game. You look at, say, the Galaxy research tree, where if you scroll down here, you see I've done a lot of different ones, but you have attack training specifically for officer training. Now, the only bad thing about these is that this is actually going to directly hurt the efficiency of prime officers. But if you're a free-to-play player, it's actually good, because now you're getting the ability to incrementally increase the actual strength of these officers. Now we have multiple researches for increasing officers. So this one does attack, defense, and health are all increased by a 5% bonus, but a maximum of 80%. Now, the price there, as you can imagine, is going to get pricey, but you're talking about a free-to-play, grindable, get your officers stronger path, and that's definitely good, because at the beginning of the tree, that's awesome. The other one we just looked at, end of the tree. This one, beginning of the tree. Like, end of the tree, beginning of the tree. End of the tree, beginning of the tree. End of the tree, beginning of the tree. Let's continue on down. Hostile Tactics is a good one. This is actually basically a copy and paste in terms of what it does to a research we get at the very beginning of the game. So if you go to your combat tree and battle tactics, it's literally the same 5, 7, 10, 14, 20. Let's go back over here. And hostile tactics, because hostiles are the same thing. And even better, look at that, 15 levels, 80%. Now you're going like, is that really the same? Yeah, hostiles, bam. It's literally this one, except better, because there's more levels to it. So it can make your hostile grinding that much more efficient. And you're asking yourself, and you're asking me, is 80% say really that good? Yes, it actually is. It's kind of like how people are asking about the PvP, the new Prime. Does that actually give a true bonus to your stat boost? Yes, it does. The key to knowing how this actually works is to go through the math. And we've done that in a different video. For example, check out the attack video, how attack works. Check out, you know, actually I've explained several of these. So what you end up doing is, say on this Armada Tactics, this is nice, but it's a 5% damage on top of all the other damages that you already have. So 5% is not a lot, but considering how cheap this is, and as you level it up, you get further and further down the tree, 80% would matter. Even 20% does matter. The key is that you're able to do a lot of these without spending an arm and a leg and possibly a piece of thigh, maybe a little bit of, you know, we're getting a little bit dark here, aren't we? things got weird, so we had to kind of switch things around. Now, we'll say really quickly that some of these that we're talking about, we're still at the beginning of the tree, but these do get expensive. And you're asking how much? Well, officer conditioning only is going to run you, like I said, it's not too bad. If you want level 15, level 15 costs $400 million lithium. Sorry. Yeah, 400 million, and you gotta be level 49. So there are some level requirements, there are some price, but for what you're starting off with, every little bonus does start to add up if you're going through that. So whales, oh, wow, 400 million lithium. But anyway, let's continue down. This is nice because you basically have another combat tree, is what territory research amounts to. So look at explorer warfare, increasing weapons damage for explorers. You see, you do have to be at least level 30 to start this one, but this gives you a 100% boost at its max. Then you get the battleship, the interceptor version of these, as well as increasing shields, hull integrity. Anyway, territory challenger grants challenger tokens 1 and 2. Unlock avatars in the territory store. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Well, let's talk about repair cost. I like this a lot, especially for those who have a brand new enterprise. This is going to be very handy, and yeah, it's going to be pricey. But anyway, you get optimization. I hate that this is at the end. The optimization for these is at the end because you really need this before you do like level 15 of any of these researches to save you on dilithium. But it is nice to have all these, and here's you a whole stability, which is for all ships. As you can imagine, 150% bonus, even at base, is a nice increase. So this is a very, very good research tree. The key is that there is going to be some cost affiliated with all this, and you're going to spend a lot of ISO emulsion, which means you're really going to get bent on doing this every day. We talked about the Stella and its research tree. In my opinion, the territory research tree wipes the floor with it. I think this is much better. It takes the goodness that was the Stella tree, which was the cost, even though the grind is the type of grind I hate. It's a mining grind. Stella's at least an active click on something, kill it grind. It's a dull, boring grind, but what you're getting for your return is very, very good. Thorough scanning, increasing ship XP. We definitely need continued improvement in there. The Isogen 2 extraction for if you've got Isogen 2 nodes, which you do if you've already captured territories. Getting that bonus, but then Explorer Warfare. And yes, the price is going to matter, but let's look at Explorer. I'm just actually going to type this in real quick into LCARS. Explorer Warfare 10. It's going to cost 70.8 million dilithium, 550 phantom particles, and 330,000 ISO emulsion. Now, as you level up, hopefully we'll have more emulsion there, but that was for level 10, and that's a 75% bonus. Adding another 75% attack to my enterprise? Yes, please. So this research tree truly is alone. We talk about the territory capture being the best element here. But truly, if we're being honest, the best part of this update is the new research tree, which if you focus on it, is going to give you a lot, and I mean big, big, big boost to everything that you have in this game, whether it's your ships, officers, and just overall gameplay. I love territory capture as an idea. We've talked over that. I definitely have issues with some of the implementation and how it's come out. You can see on server 20 that we're kind of like, we're there right here. We're between feds, and we'll see what other territories we decide to go after. But we've got this little 4 system area here in CD Alpha and Kolava Alpha. But you see our map is already starting to fill up with several different ones. IA's already got 5 territories. You've got feds here. You know, we got Epic up here. So really interesting to see how it's all laying out on our server. And I know the drama for some of y'all has been insane with Whale Alliances taking control. We've managed to get a little bit of a decent spread. IA hasn't been like crapping on everybody trying to do it. Yes, that does happen, but still, you know, it's interesting to say the least. Anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Do that first. Follow the channel. Do whatever you want to do with me. Join the Discord, which is link is in the description below. And as always, live long and prosper. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. And if you want to know about anything with this research tree, you know where to go. Down there. Yeah, you want to leave comments down there, right down there. an even better outro than the intro. Yeah!